Okay, now you already know how to read the Quran, but you want to take your first steps, you got to learn these two weird words, nahu and sarf. Question? Classical. Classical. So, what does nahu and sarf mean? Arabic is actually two things. Or the hardest part of it is two things, nahu and sarf. Let me tell you what nahu and sarf mean, basically. I'm going to write an English sentence down for you. Okay. I was teaching Arabic, my class was late, they avoided eye contact with me. Because latecomers, they just... Right, okay. Where are the words for myself? I. Where else? My. Me. Me. No, theys, we don't have pronoun confusions here. The three pronouns for myself are I, my, and me. That's it, okay? So, now, if you had a picture next to the word I, it would be my picture. If you had a picture next to my, it would be my picture. If you had a picture next to me, it would also be my picture. So maybe I should say, Maya was teaching Arabic. I class was late. They avoided eye contact with my. What would be the problem with it? By the way, if you spoke like that, somewhere in Jackson Heights, somebody understands you in New York. Okay? However, what would be the problem with this? If I move them around. You know what the problem would be? You're using incorrect nahu. Ooh, new word for you. You're using incorrect what? Nahu. Nahu is basically grammar. Nahu is basically what? Grammar. Okay? So if I say, I teached it so goodly. Okay, I teached it so goodly. That would be bad what? That's bad nahu. You with me? The hardest thing about classical Arabic is what? Getting the nahu right, grammar right. Okay? Then, but I gave you two words that are hard. What are the two words? Nahu and what? Sarf. I'm going to give you not Arabic sarf example, I'll give you an English sarf example. Somebody says, what do you do for a living? And I say, I am a teachaminator. What should I have said? I'm a what? Teacher. Well, the word is teach, and if you do the act of teaching, you become a teacher. But I had just seen when I was influenced by the movie Terminator, so I wanted to become a teachaminator. Okay? Or somebody says to a scholar, what do you do? And he says, I am an academician. You could be an academic, or you could be an academician. You know what that is? That's not bad nahu. Well, you know what that is? That's bad what? That's bad sarf. The word should have been academic, but you're making it into academician and teachaminator. You with me? Sarf means there's a system by which you create new words. And you have to learn that system to know when are you going to use teacher and when are you going to use academic. You with me? That's a problem of not nahu, but a problem of sarf. So nahu is more about the sentence, isn't it? Nahu is more about the sentence, and sarf is more about the word. Right? Using the right word would be sarf. Using the right kind of word in the right kind of sentence, that would be what? That would be nahu. Okay, nahu. Nahu is how do you use the right word in the right place, in the right sentence. So it's more focused on the sentence. Okay, now, last part of the introduction. This has been long enough of an introduction. 4 skills to learn any language. I'm going to take your vote on this. There are 4. There's no 5th. I want to hear from you. What do you think are the 4 skills? If you had them, I would say you know that language. Okay, I'll say listening comprehension. Not just listening, but listening, because you could listen to an Arab talk to you and you'd be like, I mean, you're listening, but without comprehension. So I would say the first one is what? Listening, comprehension. Okay, second one? Reading, because you're reading Quran right now too, right? Thank you. Reading with comprehension. Isn't it? Because reading without comprehension, mashallah, the ummah is very good at it. We're very good at it. Okay? What do you think the third one is? Speaking, I would say properly. Because you could come up with some mixed salad of Arabic and say, you know, just whatever words you know in Arabic, you could just say, I speak good Arabic, brother. You want to say, I need to go to hotel. Mashallah, alhamdulillah, hotel, haza, wa inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. I said it in Arabic. So you could make word salad, but you're not speaking. I'm saying speaking what? Properly. Yes, young man? Ah, very good. Writing properly. Excellent job. Writing properly. That's it. 4. Listening comprehension, reading with comprehension, speaking properly, and writing properly. Okay. So if you were learning Spanish, these 4 skills, you're good at Spanish. You have these 4 skills in German, you have these 4 skills in Farsi, Arabic, doesn't matter. These are the 4 skills. If you go to any university and get a degree in a language, what skills will they focus on? All 4. Isn't that true? How many people here in the computer science or the tech industry at all? Okay, here's a question for you. 2 of these are data input, and 2 of these are data output. Can you tell me which 2 of these are data input and which 2 of these are data output? Yes, young man? Very good. Listening and reading is data input. The information is going in your ear. The information is going through your eyes. The data is going inside you, right? And you're processing it and making sense of it. And which 2 are output? Speaking properly, you have to produce a sentence. You have to come up with something yourself. And writing, you have to come up with something yourself. You with me? The first 2 are what? Input. The second 2 are output. Excellent. By the way, what time is Maghrib? I want to keep track of time. 8:15. Okay. I better be done with this intro quickly. This is the longest intro I've ever done. Because I want to get right to work. We haven't started any work yet. But I do want you to have the right base and understanding. Okay, so if you're studying Arabic as a Muslim, and I would argue the number 1 motivation you have is you want to feel something when you hear the Quran being recited. And you want to feel something when you read the Quran. You want to connect with the text either when listening or when reading. So when we want to work on our Arabic as Muslims, even though it's nice to have all 4 skills, which 2 skills become a priority? Listening and reading become a bigger priority, and the more those skills develop, we start feeling like more of a connection with the Quran. Now, what a lot of language programs do is they start with speaking and writing. So they'll teach you, my name is this, I love chicken, what's your name, do you love chicken, etc. So when they do that, you feel good because you're producing what? Output. But after a year of studying that, you open the Quran and you still don't feel yourself connected to what? The language, because your focus was not input, your focus was output. And plus, those kinds of programs are always teaching standard Arabic first. Because standard Arabic is what we use among Muslims today. I speak standard Arabic to a good extent. I communicate with my Arab friends in standard Arabic. That's how I talk to them, or I write them emails and communicate with them. But to me, for my students, that is a later priority. I will get you there, But if that's what you're really interested in, you want to be able to speak in Arabic and write in Arabic, and that's your focus, then you're in the wrong class. The purpose of this class, I call it the Dream Big program, because I believe the dream of the majority of the ummah is to connect directly to the Quran when the Quran is being recited. You with me? So our focus is going to be on listening and reading. So far so good? So I'm going to erase the bottom two. Now you understand why I'm not making you write anything down. Why not? Because it's not your focus. I'm not making you speak any Arabic, because that's not your focus. Your focus is the top two. Now, between those two, let me ask you this. I'll take your vote on this too. Which one do you think is harder, listening and understanding or reading and understanding? Which one is harder? Good. Listening is harder. Does anybody have any thoughts on why that's harder? Time. There's a hand back there, young man. Go ahead. Speak out loud. What did he say? They can't hear me? They talk weirdly? The speed. The Qari is going, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And you just learned ذَلِكَ in the class, and you're like, ذَلِكَ. And he's 3 rukus later, Allahu Akbar. You're like, ذَلِكَ though. He's not like, ذَلِكَ. You got that? That was in class. Al-kitabu. By the way, that's Rafa. La rayba. La. You remember la? You remember la? Everybody's good with la? Okay, rayba. Does the Qari do that? No. He's moving at the speed that he's moving. And you can't keep up because you're still taking the time to process. Your processor is still slow. But when you are reading, who decides the speed? You do. ذَلِكَ. I'm just going to stay here for a little bit. ذَلِكَ. Okay. Let me open up my notes. I got this. Next word. By the time the Taraweeh is over, you're done with ayah number 1. Right? So, I'm not concerned with listening too much yet. I am more concerned with what? Reading. Because once your reading gets really good, naturally, you know what's going to start happening? Your listening is start to get good. It's going to start to getting better and better. So we started with 4 skills, and we're down to what? 1, which makes our ability to focus in this class all the more easy. Well, let me ask you, I've been talking about a lot of things, but this is a class, not a khutbah. How many kinds of Arabic are there? What are they? Spoken, standard, classical. Which one are we going to start to learn? Good, classical. What are the hardest things to learn about classical? Nahu and sarf. One of these is about how a word is spelled. About how a word is spelled. Which one is that? Good, sarf. One of these is about how a sentence works. That's nahu. Nahu is, by the way, harder than sarf. Nahu is harder than sarf. Sarf is a piece of cake. Nothing. Okay? I'm going to focus most of our energy on nahu in this class. Most of it. Now, we get to the class itself. What time does it begin? 7 o'clock. What time is open free review? 6:40. What am I emailing you every day? Transcript. Good. Now we can start class. Again, no writing yet. No writing yet. Don't write it down. I see you, sister. Brothers don't have that problem. We don't take notes. Okay. There are 3 kinds of words in Arabic. What are they? What did I write down? Ism, fi'l, harf. Again, what are they? I'm going to define them for you. We're not going to use English terms so much. I'm going to define them in Arabic without giving you a term in English. I'll start with harf. That's the easiest one. Harf is the easiest one. Harf is a word that makes no sense, like your brother. A word that makes no sense until there's another word after it. Harf is a word. The definition is a word that makes no sense unless another word comes after it. So, if you get in a taxi and you say, the taxi driver says, "Where to, governor?" And you say, "To."